Captain. Before we step onto this open choice island, tell me, what does any make you feel when it means no matter which one? Even a small amount and a stronger emphasis in questions or negatives. Meaning 1. No matter which one, it does not matter which. Used when the choice is open and every option is acceptable. Example: choose any island route you like. Victoria can navigate them all. Common use: any day, any time, any place. Any route works. Meaning 2, even 1, even a small amount or number. Used when you mean at least 1 or even a little. Example: do we have any water left for the night? Common use: any water, any help, any chance. Any water? Meaning 3, used for emphasis in questions and negatives, stronger tone. Used to strengthen meaning, especially with not or in questions, showing doubt or urgency. Example: Victoria didn't find any sign of danger on the horizon. Common use: not any, hardly any at all. Not any at all. Any often appears in questions and negatives. And it can also mean it doesn't matter which. Keep your options open, Captain. Carry any for free choice moments, for even a little amounts, and for strong emphasis in questions and negatives as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this not after now island, tell me, what does any more make you feel when it means not now compared to before, not even one extra, and the modern nowadays use in some regions? Meaning 1, not now, no longer, compared to the past. Used mostly in negative sentences to say something stopped being true. Example: Victoria doesn't sail that risky route anymore. Common use: not anymore, don't live there anymore, doesn't work anymore. Not anymore. Meaning 2, not even one more, not any additional amount. Used when someone refuses or when there is none left. Example: no more supplies, there isn't any rope anymore. Common use: don't want any more, can't take any more, not anymore for me. Any more rope? No. Meaning 3, nowadays, these days. Used in some regions to mean nowadays, often in positive sentences. Example: anymore, the crew checks the weather twice before leaving. Common use: anymore, people. Anymore, we tend to. Anymore, it's common to. Anymore, these days. Anymore is most common in negatives. The nowadays meaning exists, but it's informal and not used everywhere. Track what changed, Captain. Carry anymore for no longer truths, for not one more limits, and for the informal these days meaning when the context fits as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this loud and clear island, tell me, what does announce make you feel when it means sharing news officially, making something known with a strong voice, and revealing a decision at a key moment? Meaning 1, to make information known officially, to give public news. Used when an organization or person shares news in a formal way. Example: Victoria announced the new sailing schedule to the whole crew. Common use: announce a plan, announce a change, announce the results. Announce new schedule, meaning 2, to say something clearly and loudly so everyone hears. Used when you speak in a way that makes the message impossible to miss. Example: she announced, all hands on deck, before the wind hit. Common use: announce loudly, announce your presence, announce the warning. Announce loudly, meaning 3, to reveal or introduce something at an important moment. Used when a decision, winner, or new thing is revealed publicly. Example: at sunset, Victoria announced the winner of the navigation challenge. Common use: announce the winner, announce the launch, announce the decision. Announce the winner. Announce is stronger than say. It suggests a clear public message, often official, loud, or timed for a reveal. Make it clear and timely, Captain. Carry announce for official news, for strong, clear messages, and for big reveals that shape the voyage as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this help and support island, tell me, what does aid make you feel when it means helping someone directly? The support you provide as a thing or resource, and emergency medical help in urgent moments. Meaning 1, to help, to assist someone. Used as a verb when you give help to a person or group. Example: Victoria aided the sailor who struggled to lift the heavy crate. Common use: aid recovery, aid someone in trouble, aid efforts. Aid in progress, meaning 2, help or support given as a resource. Money, food, supplies, tools. Used as a noun for the assistance provided to solve a need. Example: the island sent aid after the storm damaged the harbor. Common use: humanitarian aid, financial aid, emergency aid. Storm, aid supplies, meaning 3, first aid. Basic medical help given immediately. Used for quick medical support before full treatment is available. Example: Victoria gave first aid after a sailor scraped his hand on a rope. Common use: first aid kit, first aid training, give first aid. First aid. Aid can be a verb, to help, or a noun, help, support. When it's medical, you'll often see it in the phrase first aid. Stay steady and useful, Captain. Carry aid for helping hands for support resources, and for quick medical care when the voyage demands it as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this after-the-storm island, tell me, what does aftermath make you feel when it means what happens after a major event, the damage and conditions left behind, and the emotional consequences that linger later? Meaning 1. The period and events that follow a major incident. Used to describe what happens after something big. A storm, accident, crisis. Example. In the aftermath of the storm, Victoria reorganized the route and the crew. Common use. In the aftermath of the accident. Aftermath of the crisis. Aftermath plan. Meaning 2. The results left behind, especially damage or messy conditions. Used when focusing on what remains after the event, wreckage, loss, disruption. Example. The harbor was quiet in the aftermath, with broken boards and torn nets everywhere. Common use. Survey the aftermath damage, face the aftermath. Aftermath damage. Meaning 3. The emotional or social consequences that continue later. Used for lingering effects. Fear, tension, change in relationships or routines. Example. In the aftermath, some sailors felt nervous each time the wind rose. Common use. Emotional aftermath, psychological aftermath, effects. Aftermath feelings. Aftermath is used for consequences after something significant. It can be practical, what happens next, physical, damage left behind, or emotional, effects that linger. Stay grounded after the waves, Captain. Carry aftermath for what follows, what remains, and what lingers inside people as we sail to the next island.